Welcome back, everybody, to More Them and Us, and today with me is Titan.
Hey guys, how's it going?
And today we are going to, well, we're going to go places. I'll just say that much. We unlocked a door at the end of the last video, so now it will be time to see where that leads. And I have a lot of trouble with the tank controls in this game for some reason. I don't know why. I know you're experienced with all these tank control games, but I feel like Resident Evil does them right, and I struggle with them with every other game other than Resident Evil.
I'm going to agree with that because especially when you go back to some of the older Resident Evils, there's almost like a crispiness to the controls, whereas when you play these newer games that have the tank controls, even though it's tank controls, there is something that's just slightly off with them.
I even noticed that with older games. What's that game? Parasite Eve 2 and Galarians, I think was the other one that I did, and just something felt off about even those games.
Interesting. I haven't actually played Parasite Eve 2 yet. That's still on the list. And Galarians, without cheats, that game looks bloody difficult. I've heard that's one of those games where you can end up in an unwinnable situation.
What? It's just like in the nightmares. What is this place?
Well, Alicia, I don't have an answer for you on that one. Yeah, which one was that? Parasite Eve 2 or Galarians?
On Galarians.
Oh, yes. Yeah, you're absolutely right on that. Right, so portals are now a thing, and these monsters are now a thing.
Do you know what this looks like? What was it? Alone in the Dark on the Dreamcast, going to that alternate world with all the crystals everywhere.
I know,
like
I saw your LP of that.
It's towards the end of the game where you kind of go into this underground, under the castle. It's very reminiscent of this, actually.
Interesting.
Looks very inspired, shall I say.
Interesting. I need to do that game at some point. I've been wanting to play that for a while. But
it is good. It's good.
Like we were talking about before doing commentary, time is always a factor. So.
Absolutely, yeah. The backlog only grows.
Yes, it does. So something interesting about that chalice that we just picked up. So we're going to use that to fill it with water. And it's a blue chalice, so there's going to be blue water. We're going to get a green one later. That actually relates to these monsters, but you won't see that till later on in the video.
Interesting. Oh yeah, because you got like green enemies.
Yeah. Originally, that took up an inventory slot. And in an update the developers did about a year or so ago, they decided to put it in a secondary inventory area so it doesn't take up inventory space, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah, because inventory management is one of those things, it sounds good on paper, but...
Yeah.
Especially as you only have 6 slots here, I'm seeing.
Yeah, so it's got a secondary spot, which is great. I will say about this puzzle we're about to get, it took me a long time to figure out what I was even looking at. I looked at a video of it, and then in between pausing and resuming my recording to do this, I did miss one part of me doing this, so I hope nobody's watching this for a walkthrough, because yeah, that's not going to happen. You'll see that here in a moment. I'm just looking for the green chalice. There it is. I know Chris wouldn't be able to see that.
No, he suffers with his colors, doesn't he?
Red and green, I think.
Yeah, I know he definitely suffers bad with red, for sure.
Yeah. But I do think it's really cool. Yeah, this stuff here looks like static to me. Like, I can't make out any of this shit, so I just does my head in with my bad eyesight. So I'm just following a guide at this point.
So this looks like one of those sliding block puzzles, kind of like Resident Evil 4 styly.
You pick up a piece, you rotate it until it gets to the right point, and then you put it in a spot.
I see.
Yeah, it's not fantastic, but one thing I was starting to talk about, I like how these developers actually listen to fan feedback. You hear a lot of studios for movies or even some game developers that get upset with player criticism, and these guys actually listen, which I think is really cool.
It's actually kind of important to grow your fan base as well.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you know, I know you've got your artistic vision and all that stuff, but you are also trying to sell a product that people want to enjoy.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely give props to those people. This looks cool, actually.
I'm enjoying the game so far. I would actually consider buying another game from these guys, partly because of the strength of I am enjoying this game well enough. It's got its flaws. I've talked about that in some previous videos too. At this point, we really have no idea what the heck is going on. But I like that they're willing to listen to fan feedback. I think that's really cool. And I always appreciate content creators that do that.
Yeah, yeah. Because you can enjoy something and still critique it.
Yeah. We can go back to the old Resident Evil or Silent Hills, which everybody should know is my bread and butter when it comes to gaming, and they're still not perfect.
Of course not, no. I'll tell you what this is also sort of reminding me of. Do you remember, what was that one on the GameCube? Eternal Darkness.
Oh yeah, I love that game.
Yeah, but that was all about colours as well, wasn't it? Because you had the 3 different gods, and you had red, green, and blue.
Right, yeah, and you had to use like certain color magic against certain gods, unless you got the purple one, which I think you missed, which is OP against everything, which was fun.
I did miss that, yes. And there's a 4th secret god as well, isn't there, if you complete the game 3 times?
Yeah. It's a good game. It gets very close to overstaying its welcome, but it doesn't. But
I agree.
If I were to play it a second and third time to get that ending, no, man, no. Just, no.
No, I don't think I could, because the game literally is 3 times is exactly the same, with the only real difference is the strength and weaknesses of the monsters. It's the only thing that changes. There's no story differences or anything, but that was a cool idea, and it's a shame we never got a second one.
It really is. I did love that game, though.
When it came out, it was really impressive.
Yeah, and as you can see here on those orange portals, at least they look orange to me, you use that water that we picked up to open up those portals. So it's a lovely little mechanic. Go away, enemies.
Yeah, I'm getting some real... they've definitely taken inspiration from Alone in the Dark here, and I would say Eternal Darkness. And there's nothing wrong with that either.
Right. There's obvious... I know you've mentioned you played the demo, and you could tell in that there's obviously Resident Evil Remake inspirations in that one, and the management section. And apparently...
But saying that, I enjoyed that.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's cool. Apparently, from what I've read, there's some parts later on that are Resident Evil 4 inspired, which is interesting.
That does sound interesting. I wonder in regards to what?
Yeah, I'll be interested to see where that goes, but just to continue praising these developers a little bit, I also love, and I've talked about this in previous videos, that they give you multiple camera options. There's first person, there's this, and there's over the shoulder. So I like that they're giving people different play styles.
That's interesting. That must have been a lot of extra work on their part as well.
Yeah, I bet so. And it's really cool that they would do that for the players.
Have you experimented with the other modes?
Unfortunately, you can't change mid-game. That is one thing that's disappointing.
Yeah, I see.
So I'd have to actually start it up on another save file. My buddy Balemore looked at a playthrough of the over-the-shoulder version. He's like, man, that's easy mode. He's like, you can literally just be popping zombies' heads with that. I was like, oh, okay. Like, it does seem like it's designed first and foremost for a fixed camera angle style.
Yeah. Yeah, because when I played the demo, it was all fixed camera angle. Maybe if I cover this game one day long into the future, I'll pick a different camera mode.
Yeah, I mean, why not? It is a shame that you can't switch between the 3, because it would be cool to just, hey, I'll just do this section in first person. I'll do this section in over the shoulder. Just to change it up a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I was obviously always going to pick fixed camera angles.
Yeah, because it's just nice to actually see a modern fixed camera game anyway. Because I
Yeah.
do think there is a market.
There is. Tormented Souls got a lot of love. It's definitely got its flaws, but a lot of people seem to really like it, and they're getting a second one, so there's definitely a market out there.
Yeah, the second Tormented Souls I'll definitely take a look at. The first one was... oof.
Yeah, I'd still need to do that one this year too. Also, there's I think it's a green fountain if you need to refill your green chalice as well. I didn't show me going to get it, but it is there.
There's just the 3 colors, is there?
Yeah, the green and the blue so far is all I've got in terms of like, I'm going to call it holy water. I don't know if that's what it's called, but it kind of makes me think holy water.
Basically.
Yeah. And so I haven't figured this out at this point, but you can actually use the action button. I think it's X on PlayStation, A on Xbox. You can actually use this water on these enemies and then actually shoot them. Right now, when they're glowing, they're invincible.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I found that out the hard way and had to redo everything that you've seen up until this point. I was like, oh, god damn it. So,
See, I'm enjoying this.
yeah, we have not had a save point either. So I'm very aware of not having had a save point yet. So
Ooh, are they a bit stingy with the save points in this one?
they're okay for the most part, but this has been the longest stretch I've gone without one. But it's just something I was very aware of at this point, and I was just desperate for a save point. I was like, okay, look, I've already done this a few times. I want to save. And thankfully, now we're back here. I wonder, actually, if Portal is also an influence on this game, because didn't they have red and blue or orange and blue?
Yeah, it's the orange and blue portals, yes.
Right, so I wonder if...
That does actually look like a portal from Portal as well, I was just going to say.
Which is probably not a game anybody would expect me to reference, but I have seen it.
It's fun for what it is. It's not really my sort of thing either, but
Same.
It's a good time if you're into that sort of thing.
I like watching other people play it. It's kind of like Tomb Raider. I like watching others play it. I typically don't want to do it myself, although I do actually really want to play Tomb Raider at some point. I got the remastered 1 through 3, but I'm really hoping there's some patches on that because that game needs some work.
Yeah, you were saying, I'm kind of the same with Tomb Raider as well. I love watching other people play it, and as much as I do want to get the remastered version...
Can you tell that dude took me by surprise?
Yeah, he's just like stumbling around the corner.
I was like,
Got
oh
lovely
shit.
camera angles. It's a nice, satisfying shotgun as well, by the look of things.
Yeah, it's good.
Because these games have to have satisfying weapons.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so Tomb Raider, I know it's the sort of game that I'd probably buy, but I just can't imagine that I'd actually go through the whole lot. So
Yeah. It's a shame because... So what they did was they have the classic tank control style, and then they have a modernized style, which nobody seems to like the modern style. And I agree.
I have heard that, yes.
And all they needed to do was keep the original style, but make the analog stick have normal movement. That's all they had to do.
Yeah.
And since you're new to this, records are your save point, and you get a different song depending on which record you use, which is always really cool.
That's an interesting idea. See, they have tried.
They have. This is one of a couple moments where I was planning on ending the video and then decided to keep going for a little bit.
Keep going because you're enjoying yourself?
That and I needed to fill out the video a little bit. But yeah, I like that. I always liked that in the PlayStation era when you got random things as your save points, like the notepads for Silent Hill or the typewriters for Resident Evil.
Yeah, because Tormented Souls did that as well. I can't remember what the item was. I think that was...
Fuckers, go down. Stay the fuck away. Kill these fuckers. Stop doing shit.
Hey, you! Catch! Use it on them and then shoot them! It's the only way!
Right. I don't know if I missed something the first time we fought one of these, but I don't know why she knows that, considering I haven't actually done that yet.
Yep.
So that seems a bit odd.
You do get that with certain games, but
Yeah.
Thanks. But who the hell are you? Everyone I've encountered so far in this godforsaken place has tried to kill me.
I'm Alicia. I don't even know where to begin. I don't know how I got here. Someone brought me to this place while I was unconscious. I've been trying to fight my way out. I think these people, they have my daughter. It's like a cult, I think. They're all crazy.
Yeah, didn't take me long to figure that out. Well, my name is Paul. I guess I ended up here because I'm looking for someone too. My partner was kidnapped. The circumstance is suspicious. Seems like he was connected to some weird religious group. I kept following all the leads I could. Became obsessed, I guess. Paper trails and a slew of missing persons reports brought me here. I had to hijack a police helicopter from my department just to get out of here.
Wow, you flew here? So, you have a way to get out of here.
Sure do. I suppose I can take you with me if you want. But I'm not leaving here until I find out what happened to my partner.
Okay. Thank you so much. You know, I'm starting to think if we work together, we might have a chance to stop all this madness. And maybe you can help me find my daughter in the process.
Sure thing. How old is your daughter? Tell me what she looks like?
I don't know anymore, honestly. So much has happened.
Hey, that's alright. We'll find her. I promise you. Here, take it. You saved my ass back there, and you look like you could use some firepower.
Thanks. I wish I would have run into you earlier. You're a good shot.
Well, I'm a good shot if I'm not placed up against those things. Glad I spent all that time on the department range. It comes in handy. You seem to be a quick learner yourself. Especially if you've stayed alive by yourself this whole time. That is impressive. Try and stay alive for me, would you, Alicia? I'll be seeing you.
interesting.
Yeah. And this is a bit of a different segment we're about to get.
Jesus. Oh. My head. There's nothing a little hair on the dog can't fix.
All right. Now we're messing with the
That
son of a
damn
bitch,
whiskey.
I guess. Anyways, so we got to find different items. We're playing as this dude, which I already forgot his name. And then we got to place them on this board he has. So he's looking into something. And we got a gun, which, of course, I assume he's going to need.
This is kind of cool, the way it transitions over to like a first-person backstory of this guy now.
Hey, whiskey, I can relate.
Mmm.
Yeah. Although I've been making margaritas lately. That's been my most recent drink of choice.
Oh, I haven't had one of those for a long time.
Yeah.
Might as well get these files out and take a look.
I'm not sure, but I think you have to do these in a specific order. Again, I just followed a guide so that I didn't have to waste time.
Yep, I don't blame you on that.
Something else interesting. There's a radio in here. If you play it, it actually plays a real radio show from probably like the 1920s, I think.
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah, I found it on YouTube if I remember, and this isn't posting until May, but I'll try to post a link to it in the description or a pinned comment, one of the two. Because I know it's on YouTube, but it's also owned by CBS, and CBS owns a little 80s series called Airwolf, which, if anybody's seen my Resident Evil 1 playthrough, it's chopped to shit because of copyright issues. So I'm not playing that radio show, plus it's 20 minutes. We'd be just sitting here listening to a radio show. So no, I'm not doing that. But I did get a trophy or an achievement for listening to it all. So yay for that, I guess.
Is it relevant to the story of this game?
I don't think so, but I don't really know the story of this game, so I don't know for sure.
Ah, fair. That's fair.
I mean, it was interesting enough. I didn't mind listening to it, but I just don't want to deal with any kind of copyright issues. So
So, what was in the radio show? What is there like a quick summary, or is it just kind of all over the place?
it was about this woman who gets off at this bus stop at night, and there's this dude in there, and he's kind of creepy and kind of freaking her out a little bit. I guess it's really dark, so she can't see him very well, and he starts touching on her and stuff, and so she tries to run away and then doesn't. At the end, it turns out, and there was also an escaped mental patient mentioned in a radio broadcast, which it turns out it's her. Oh, spoilers for a 100-year-old radio show. But the guy turns out to not actually be dangerous. But there's just like all these very like sus things that happen. Oh, and the guy turns out to be blind, which of course I can appreciate. But he wasn't actually dodgy. He was just acting kind of peculiar. I didn't mind it, but oh, this is interesting.
Interesting.
Look at that. Alicia Wallace murders her own kid and husband. This world is full of crazies.
My God. The reveals.
I was gonna say.
Dun, dun,
No.
dun.
It can't be.
Ah, if we could sneak up the Wayne's World. No way.
Dude. But is that what actually happened though?
Oh, you can imagine. I'm sure that's probably not what happened. I haven't played past this point in this video, so I'm not sure, but I assume.
Looks like all the signs are pointing to Fog Island.
So this place seems to
Better
attract
go
people.
and check it out.
Yeah, apparently it's called Fog Island. That's the first mention
Yeah.
I've seen of that, unless it was mentioned in a file.
It's very generic Fog Island.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
And that's where I went to
Okay.
listen to the radio show. I'm trying to listen to it there, but like I said, I was cutting that. But yeah, Fog Island, go figure.
I'm getting some Silent Hill vibes. Like a lot of troubled lost souls seem to end up on this island, but these
Right.
two at least seem to be looking for someone. I suppose there's a connection there.
Yeah, but it's weird because I didn't notice any indication in the previous segments of this game where she's looking for her daughter and thinks she's here. She mentions her daughter in the intro,
Right.
but she said something about she couldn't save her. I'd have to go back and rewatch the intro video, but and there's that fountain, so we can refill our blue one. Right, so we no longer have our blue fountain, but we do have 8 inventory slots now, so trade-offs, I guess. I meant to say green chalice. So hopefully we don't run into any of those green ones. I'm assuming the green ones are weak to green and the blue ones are weak to blue, but it could be a reversal. I don't really know.
That kind of makes sense. Yeah. From what we've seen so far, there hasn't been anything that really explained that, apart from a image in that file where you can dunk water on their heads.
Yeah. I've normally been summarizing the files for this LP, but I forgot to do that for that file we got earlier. So if that's what it was talking about, okay, then that's how she would know, I guess. But
Yeah, it was kind of just like an Egyptian hieroglyphic sort of symbol of two guys dropping water on monsters' heads.
okay. That explains it then. So this again, originally I was going to end here, but there's literally a save point right where we're going anyway. So I thought, I'll just take us to where we're going next. Why not?
So did you get plenty of like ammo and stuff in this game, do you? Or is it a bit on the stingy side?
It can be a bit on the stingy side. So fortunately not an issue for me. And here I'm getting kind of turned around. But you were saying something about the Tormented Souls save system?
Oh yeah, so with Tormented Souls, there seems to be a huge gap between starting the game and finding your first save area. It's like, if I remember correctly when I played it, it was well over an hour between starting the game and then finding your first save area. And I thought, oh, this is very foreboding, but actually the save areas are kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
It's just a really weird gap when you first start the game. There's plenty of enemies to fight as well in the first hour. So that was just an odd bit of a pacing issue, I guess.
Yeah, I saw somebody stream that and their game crashed before they could get to a save point. So they were not happy.
Oh no. I can imagine that
Yeah.
was painful.
Yeah. I don't know. I am going to give that game a go at some point, but I don't know when. We'll see. I do have it planned for this year, but we'll see. I'm going to do Resident Evil 4
I recommend it.
Yeah. I'll give it a shot. And here I'm just dealing with the tank controls again. They just feel so stiff, like we were talking about before. Resident Evil, they feel pretty smooth.
Yeah.
But this...
So how do you deal with items then? I guess you drop items.
It's a Resident Evil 0 style where you drop items, but we saw a glowy bit earlier.
Yeah.
That you can go into this room and it has all your items in there. But I'm going to end the video here. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see y'all next time, hopefully with another guest.
See you later, guys.
And I hope it doesn't take me